What's up, guys? Scott Litt here, owner of Iron City Power Washing. Hope you guys are doing well. Got a lot to talk about today. I'm at the shop now, going to be working on some administrative stuff today. But anyways, we are having a record-breaking month, guys. We're going to have a $50,000 January, okay? And I do not tell you that to brag. I'm not telling you that to flaunt my business. I'm telling you this because the heart behind this channel is to help you guys, to share my journey as an entrepreneur, to share my journey as a business owner in the pressure washing industry. I started off part-time with a small 2.3 gallon per minute machine. Now here we are 4 years later. We have our own shop. We have a 16-foot tandem, 3 10 gallon per minute machines, 2 8 gallon per minute machines, surface cleaners, 2 rigs running at all times. And we have rebranded ourselves as a commercial power washing company, and it works. It works for us, and that is our competitive advantage, guys, is we have the equipment, we have the experience, we have the 2 rigs to go out and do these large jobs. The first week of January, we spent 3 days in Montgomery, Alabama, completing a $30,000 parking garage. In and out, did a great job. Now we're going to finish the rest of the month, and we're going to finish around 50K, which leads to what I really want to talk about today. So this is something that I haven't mentioned in a long time, something that I just kind of talk about every so often. I don't want this channel to be about a product or a course or anything like that. I'm trying to sell constantly to make money, right? You know, we're all in the power washing industry to provide for our families, to make money. But also I want to help people. You know, all these videos I make are free. I take time out of my day to help you guys, right? I don't know everything. I never will claim to know everything. I just share what works for me, what works for Iron City Power Washing, and how we are doing the numbers that we are doing. And I document everything. So about 2.5, 3 years ago, I started helping some guys in the Birmingham area before I moved to Tulsa and then came back here, who were interested in pressure washing. And I didn't know a whole lot back then, but you know, you learn as you go. Like, you continue to learn and grow. If you're not learning, that's on you. You know, you pretty much grow or die in the service industry, right? You have to continue to learn. You have to continue to adapt. The economy's changing. People's tendencies change. Fads come and go. So you have to adapt. You have to know how to make changes in your business model, in your plan, in your marketing plan, in your prices. You have to be adaptable. But anyways, I helped a lot of guys get started. And along the way, I was getting a lot of questions that were repetitive. Guys just asking the same things. There were questions that were like, okay, wow, that's a really good question. But anyways, I recorded pretty much all of these things, and I have formulated a document. I call it the cheat sheet. It's Iron City Power Washing's cheat sheet. And I sold a bunch of these in 2020 to a bunch of guys getting started. I just haven't mentioned it in a while. I haven't had time. Been super busy getting Iron City Power Washing ready for this new year. The end of 2021 was crazy, but I want to revisit this, guys. The cheat sheet is for you guys who are, you know, interested in the industry, you guys who are just getting started and you don't really know what to do. You guys who even could be, you know, in this industry for a year and you're maybe in a rut, you don't know how to get more jobs. This cheat sheet will really help you get going. Okay. It talks about, you know, your company name, your brand, your logo. It talks about marketing. It talks about the machines you need to get started, you know, your pressure washer, your surface cleaners, your downstream injectors. It talks about a truck rig, a trailer setup, flatbed. What is best for you just getting started? How much money do you need for equipment? How much money do you need for marketing? What marketing plan works when you first get started? Okay, all these things are in there. We even talk about chemical ratios. What chemicals do you use on rust? What chemicals do you use on grease? What chemicals do you use when you're cleaning heavy equipment? All of these things are in this cheat sheet, and it's going to save you a year or two of headache of questions that you're sitting there wondering, you know, what do I do? Like, I have no idea how to do this. I guarantee you it's in this cheat sheet, because everything that I have been asked to answer is in this cheat sheet. And everything I just mentioned is in this cheat sheet. I've had a lot of guys buy this document. It's like an 8-page document just full of rich information. And I'm constantly updating it. I'm constantly making it fresh. As I grow, as I learn more, the document continues to grow, and more information is being added, okay? So the cheat sheet is the first document, okay? Then I have another document as well. This is for you guys who have been in the game for, 3+ years. I've been told by a couple guys, once you hit the 3-year mark, you're not really considered a veteran, but you know enough to really go out and make some serious money, right? You're above 6 figures. You should be after, year 3 or so. But this cheat sheet is geared towards commercial pressure washing, okay? So what I've learned, guys, is residential, your customers essentially find you through SEO, your website, Facebook, your Google campaigns, yard signs. They call you, they want an estimate, right? And that is also the case for commercial a lot of times. But a lot of times in the commercial world, you can go out and find the work. You can email directors of maintenance, directors of facilities. You can call property managers at apartment complexes, HOAs, and just make something happen, right? If you can skip the step for someone to not have to do their job, they may have pressure washing on their list, and they're going to have to track down and research a pressure washing company and get bids and all this kind of stuff. But if you bypass that step for them, do their job and say, hey, I'm Scott Litt, Iron City Power Washing. We're very familiar with cleaning apartment complexes. We clean breezeways. We clean sidewalks. We even throw in a free pool deck cleaning if you accept our bid. Wow, that's the property manager's like, wow, this guy took initiative. This is actually on my list of things to do. It's not in our budget this year, but let's go ahead and get a bid from you. And then you give them your information. You give them a deliverable, a flyer, and then you follow up with an email. That way, when it comes to guys had a customer call. But yeah, so if you can do people's jobs for them, go out and be proactive in finding the commercial work, you'll find it. I spent a little time, about 1.5 years in Oklahoma, started a business from scratch. And that's what I did. I went after school systems. I went after HOAs. I went after apartment complexes, and it worked. It worked pretty well. The residential world there was just a complete struggle. There was a lot of guys there who were just beating each other up in the residential world. But back here in Birmingham, where I have a strong network, where I know a lot of people, where my business was continue to operate, a brand was being built here that's super strong. There is 3 geographical locations where we are ranking number 1, where we are just doing really well, and that's where we're going to continue to grow, and that's where we're going to continue to advertise the residential work. But we have our SEO for commercial geared towards the whole state of Alabama, which is how we got the job in Montgomery. But anyways, the cheat sheet, guys, really goes into the weeds of residential and commercial power washing, exterior cleaning. Also, going back to the first cheat sheet, I'll talk about services, right? What services do you really want to provide? I think a lot of guys make a huge mistake, and they watch these YouTube videos of guys, roof washing, soft washing, doing a lot of flat work, window cleaning, gutter cleaning. And they go out and buy a rig that has all of these different things to do all these styles of cleanings, and then they magically think that this work's just going to appear because they have this nice rig. That's not how it works, guys. You have to do your research. You have to figure out what services are in high demand. Okay, let me show you something. See that sign right there? It's got 3 services on there: pressure washing, soft washing, roof washing. Those are the only services that we want to provide. And that's the only services we're going to do. So yeah, I mean, we're 4 years into this thing. We don't clean windows anymore. We don't clean gutters. We want our feet on the ground. The only time our feet leave the ground is to clean roofs, right? But we charge a lot for roofs. That's another thing we talk about on the cheat sheet is pricing. This is probably the biggest pet peeve of mine. This drives me absolutely insane. And you guys better not do this. Do not get on these Facebook groups and get this opportunity to go quote a house. Say, hey guys, how much would you charge for this 2,500 square foot house? Don't do that. You're going to have guys in Los Angeles, California, New York, Alabama, Georgia, all over the country where square footage, where, price per square footage, where cost of living, all these things are different. So you're going to be getting answers from guys all over the country. Price points change, guys. Here in Vestavia, where my shop is, which is a very wealthy area, and then 30 minutes down the road, my price points are going to be different because of the demographics of people that I'm serving, right? You have to do your research. That is no one's job but yours, right? Just trying to get in all these courses and, get in these Facebook groups and trying to get people to tell you how to price, that's not going to help you. You have to figure that out yourself, right? And we charge what we want. We don't worry about our competition. We're probably higher end because we're so busy. We want to weed out the smaller jobs, and because our minimum now is $350. If our customers can't pay that, we're not going to do the job, right? Because if we're going to take time to leave these higher end commercial jobs to go do a residential job, it's got to be high ticket. So, but just realize guys, that takes time, right? When you first get started, you want to get as many jobs as you can. One, to make money. Two, to get the experience. I've had a lot of guys contact me and they're like, man, I just want to do commercial pressure washing. Well, have you ever pressure washed before? How are you going to show up to an apartment complex with no experience, no logistical experience on how to plan? You don't have a tank to fill up your water. You're going to show up with a 3.5 gallon per minute machine, and it's going to take you a month, right? Start small, guys. Appreciate the residential world. Take your time, learn, make some money, upgrade, buy your equipment as your demand demands it, essentially, and then slowly get into the commercial world. That is exactly what we did, because if you try to grow too fast, if you try to do too much, don't be scared to take on bigger jobs, but just have the confidence to do them because you have the experience, enough experience to do them to where you can even learn and grow even more, okay? This is, being a business owner is uncomfortable. It's scary. It's going to get you out of your comfort zone. But, the more you overcome, the more you grow, okay? And that's why this channel is here, guys, because, Scott from now and Scott last year are two totally different people when it comes to being a business owner and an entrepreneur and even just a pressure washer. I know so much more because I've told myself, like, you have to learn, you have to grow, you have to adapt. And everything that I am learning, I'm sharing with you guys as I go. So, with that being said, guys, just persevere. Sorry, I've got like a cold or something. Persevere. Just put your head down and just grind. If you don't have the grind factor, you're going to struggle. Okay. Watch videos, get on YouTube and educate yourself. Learn how to fix things. A lot of you guys who are running one machine, there's going to be a time in a day where your machine breaks and you have to know how to fix it, right? Or you're down. That's why I encourage guys, go buy you a cheap 4 gallon per minute machine to make some money. And not soon after that, once you see that your business is going to work, go buy you a nice 4 gallon or 5.5 gallon belt driven machine. That way you have 2 machines, because it's not if, it's when. A machine's going to go down. That's why I have 3 machines on my truck. My business partner has 3 machines on his trailer. We have 3 or 4 backup machines in our shop because, look, guys, things happen, things break. There's going to be rainy days, but don't let that get you down. Don't let that be the reason you quit. You've got to persevere, and you have to learn how to be a small engine mechanic. We just now learned how to swap out these, belt driven pumps on our 8 gallon and 10 gallon per minute machines. But you know what? We taught ourselves. We got on YouTube. We've called, people, and they have taught us. Now we have the ability to change pumps. We have the ability to service engines. When something happens on a truck that's bad, I know immediately what it is. But guys, just realize you're not going to build a 6-figure business in a year. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, okay? Unless you're in just some crazy city, where there's no whole lot of competition. Just realize you can probably make 6 figures your first year. Just realize that is rare, okay? I'm just being honest with you guys. But it can be done. By year 2 or 3, you need to be hitting the 6-figure mark. You need to be, up there in the 100K plus. And then, 4 or 5, which is where we're at, you need to be, hopefully around the $400,000-$500,000 mark. Okay. Because you just need to be steadily growing each and every year. There's going to be people who watch this video and disagree, but that is just my experience. And I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of people in this industry, and that's pretty much what I have gathered. Okay. So if you hop into this industry first year and you don't hit 6 figures, don't be discouraged. Okay. It takes time to get your name out there. It takes time to build your brand. It takes time to know what you're doing. But that's why I've created these cheat sheets. So you guys who are just getting started, let me know if you are interested in the residential Kickstarter cheat sheet. If you guys who are more, who's been in this industry for 3 or 4 plus years and you're interested into taking your business to the next level and getting the larger commercial jobs, I can show you guys the email that I send. I can let you guys know how I structure our SEO, our website, what we're really targeting, keywords, other tricks, and, of the trade to get these larger commercial jobs. So, but the biggest thing, guys, you got to build your brand. You got to let people know who you are and what you can do. 205-732-2012 is my cell. And just shoot me a text, guys. I'm not going to put any links or anything below. If you're serious about getting started, shoot me a text. And we can talk about getting you a cheat sheet. And if you want the residential Kickstarter cheat sheet, it's $150. The commercial cheat sheet is going to be $200. I know this is very informal. I don't care about being fancy. I just want to help you guys, but I also want to make money. This is a lot of knowledge, a lot of hard work that I have put forth, so I want to be compensated for it. But this is a lot of information that you guys are going to get for cheap. So $150 for the Kickstarter cheat sheet and $200 for the commercial cheat sheet. Just shoot me a text, let me know. And if you buy the cheat sheet, guys, I want to have a phone call with you. I want to go over the cheat sheet. I want to answer any questions that you may have that may not be in the cheat sheet. So just hit me up, guys. Have a good day. Scott Litt, Iron City Power Washing.